girls and boys took part in the competition. 2/5 of the competitors were boys. 1/3 of the boys were disqualified from the competition. If there were 135 competitors at first, how many more girls than boys were left? Let's begin by drawing a line segment to represent the total amount of people that took part in the competition. It's a natural response to think that we should split this into fifths, because it says 2/5 right here. But then later on it says that 1/3 of the boys were disqualified from the competition. This makes things complicated because there's 1/3 and there's also 2/5 and they have different denominators. So let's make it so they both have the same denominator. 3 times 5 is 15. So that means that 5 times 3 is 15. 2 times 3, we have to do this also. 2 times 3 is 6. 6/15. And now we have to do the same job here. 3 times 5 is 15. 1 times 5 is 5. So 1/3 equals 5 out of 15. So 15 is our denominator, meaning that we have to split this line segment into 15 different parts. There we go. Now we have a line segment with 15 different parts. 2/5 of the competitors were boys. Now we know that 6/15 is the same as 2/5. So 6/15 of the competitors were boys. So let's mark that out right here. And 1/3 or 5/15 of the boys were disqualified. Now this 1/3 is out of the entire thing. But in this question, it's asking in the boys. 1/3 of the boys were disqualified. And there's 6 1/15 in this area. So that means that 1/3 of this would be 2/6 of this entire thing. So this amount of boys were disqualified. If there were 135 competitors at first, how many more girls than boys were left? That means that this entire thing at first, before the boys were disqualified, is 135. We have to find out how many more girls than boys were left right now. Let's see here. In total, there's 135 people, and there are 15 different portions in this line segment that I've drawn. So if we divide 135 by 15, then we can figure out how much each of these segments, portions, are. And of course, we get 9 as our answer, meaning that each of these are 9. Now we have to figure out how many more girls than boys were left. This is 18, meaning that 18 boys were disqualified. So 135 subtracted by 18, 117. So now this and on is 117. 9 times 4 is 36. So this portion right here is 36. We can mark that out. Now we know this is how many boys there are left in the competition, meaning that this entire portion here is girls. We have to find out how many more girls there are than boys. If this is 36, then this entire portion here will also be 36, because there are 4 9s here, and there's also 4 9s here. 36 girls. We have to find out how many more girls than boys there are, meaning that this is the portion that we have to find out the number of. Firstly, let's see how many girls there are in total so far. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9 9s, and 9 multiplied by 9 is equal to 81. This means that 81 subtracted from 36, getting us 45, is the answer to this word problem.